Let me try and do some kind of dissection here. Actually, we're gonna have to share this particular screen.
You know what? You know what, Ralph? It's kind of hard to chop up how these folks make money because they don't really give details in Forbes. They just
no, we're doing basic. We're doing a basic thing, just a layman thing. Not an accountant, but we're doing a basic thing, or I'm doing a basic thing, trying to see if we can make some kind of sense, make some kind of sense of this thing. Deontay Wilder. So we heard from Rick Glazer. That Tyson Fury got somewhere in the mid region of 28 million. 28 million he received. That's before deductions. That's before the tax. 28 million for the Deontay Wilder 2 fight. We also heard that he got somewhere in the region of 4 million, 5 million for the first Wilder fight. When was the first Wilder fight? That doesn't even feature. That doesn't feature in the equation because that was 2018, December 2018.
Right.
So where are we? We're at Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin. That was Tom Schwartz. Okay, that was June of last year. Otto Wallin and Deontay Wilder 2. So we know, we've heard it's 28 million that he got for Deontay Wilder 2. So if he got 28 million plus 7 million for endorsements, was it 7 million they said he got for endorsements? Then he got 7, yeah, 7 million for endorsements. So that takes the 28 up to 35. And what was his figure? What does he say there?
50, was it 50?
57 million. 57 million. Okay. So with the Deontay Wilder fight, the second Deontay Wilder fight, plus his endorsements for 7 million, that takes up to 35 million. So 35, 45, 55. So that means he must have got 22 million for what's that? 11 million for Schwartz and then 11 million for Otto Wallin.
Right. And all this is pre-tax, right? This is before tax?
That's pre-tax.
Now, I got a question for you. Does Fury have a manager or does he manage himself?
It's a very, very good point. Don't forget the WWE for Fury. That's a great point. That's a great point. Oh, yeah, he has got a management company. His management company is MTK Global. Those are the people who manage him.
Okay, well, say he takes home 30% of his money or 40%. Say he takes home 30% of his money. He's still doing pretty good because that's 15 million, right?
Different fighters will be paying different percentages out for their management. I mean, for example, you got Wilder. Wilder will be paying out significantly more than the rest of these guys because he's got to pay Al Heyman. He's got to pay Shelly Finkel. He's got to pay JDs. All of those guys. What?
He pays him twice because he's his manager and his trainer.
He pays JDs twice because JDs has got a slice of the management pie, and he's also got a slice of the trainer pie. He's the head trainer. So a guy like Deontay Wilder, he'll be paying out a ton load,
right,
of his money in proportion in relation to Tyson Fury or an Anthony Joshua. So, looking at that figure again, when you think about, what did they say? How much did they say he got for the WWE? Or 10 million? How much?
20.
Okay. I don't believe that he got paid 20 million for one night in the wrestling ring. I don't believe that. But let's say that he got paid 10. That's still a lot. Let's say he got paid 10. So the overestimation on his fights with Wallin and Tom Schwartz, the overestimation of that figure, well, that could be made up with the WWE money. I didn't think they'd be getting that much. I thought it was high, but you know, Rick is an industry guy. I have to kind of, you know, I have to kind of cock an ear when he said that they both got 28 mil. You know, it's hard to dispute that coming from an industry guy. He is an industry guy. When you take in consideration the WWE money, take off a little bit for the Otto Wallin and the Tom Schwartz, take off a little bit for that, put the WWE money on top of that, and hey, maybe he did make that. And if that's the case, then congratulations to that guy. What I can say now is let's see the houses for the homeless. Let's see that. Let's top it off. Since you got real money now, good money, that's good money. Congratulations. Let's see the whole houses for the homeless that you built. About time. Let's go.
He didn't say he built the house. He just said he gave money, man. He donated to charity.
No. He said he's building houses for the homeless. That was the charity, building houses for the homeless.
When did he say that?
That's when he said it. He said it when he said it. He said it when he said it. He said, I'm giving money to the homeless. I'm donating my purse to build houses for the homeless.
I didn't hear him say that. I just heard him say he gave money away to charity.
No, I heard him say he's giving money to charity to build homes for the homeless.
Good thing.
Yeah. So, okay. So Deontay Wilder. Let's take a little look at Deontay Wilder. We're going Luis Ortiz. When was that? That was the 11th month. That was November 2019. And this was February. Okay. So how much, what was his tally? 46 million. Okay. Let's try and make sense of this. Right. So Tyson Fury, let's say he got the 28 mil. Okay. So 28 mil, and that's a shortfall of, 18. So 28 mil to 46 mil, shortfall of 18 mil. So, and he only gets half a mil for endorsements. So.
From who?
Yeah, who? Who, you tell me. So that means 18 mil shortfall, half a mil for endorsements. So now that's 18 mil, that's 17.5 mil. So theoretically, that means that Deontay Wilder got paid 17.5 mil for Luis Ortiz. Was that pay-per-view, that second fight pay-per-view? Yeah, it was pay-per-view. The low pay-per-view figures, people talking about the low pay-per-view figures. People were laughing about the low pay-per-view figures. You got 18 mil for that. Highly unlikely. So we got 28 million for the Tyson Fury fight, 10 million for the Luis Ortiz fight. So that's 28 plus 10, that's 38. That's like a 9.5 mil shortfall. Is that extra? What is that, 8 mil? Troy Graham.
That's what it sounds like to me. A big lie, and that's why so much confusion. If you got X amount for fighting Dominique, and then you got less for fighting Ortiz.
Yeah.
Because you said it goes from when to when, so it only covers.
Yeah, it don't cover Brazil. Brazil ain't in it.
No.
June to June.
Okay, well, that's only one fight then, and that's against Ortiz, right?
No, that's two fights. That's Ortiz and Fury. But his total is 46. So that's a 8 mil shortfall. 8 mil shortfall minus half a mil for endorsements. And that takes you what? That's 8 mil, that's 7.5 mil. That's a bit of a shortfall. Bit of a shortfall on these pre-tax figures.
Excuse me. I've never been good with this subject when it comes to money, man. I just never paid any attention to it because I didn't see the need to. But after the management, the trainer, and then you pay the promoter, then you pay the crew that you came with, you'll be lucky if you took home, 30% of your own money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So even if it says 20 million on paper, that guy really could only be taking home $6 to $5 million. Bernard Hopkins, on paper, he got $1 million in the first Roy Jones fight. He was given $60,000. But
Yeah.
the actual numbers they can't put out because I don't think they know themselves.
You don't know. You are in luck, Troy. I found a video of Fury saying he will donate money to build houses for the homeless. I'll put it in the comment section later.
Well, right there it is. And then,
well done, Philip Carl Roberts. Well done. So you were questioning it, Troy, and you know, you have been given the answer. It will be in the comment section later. The link. I got filters which stop links, but I'll go into backstage, which are where these things which are held are stored, and I will release it. I will release it for public consumption. So there's your answer, my friend. There's your answer. Going on here. Let me Showtime were forced to pay Wilder $20 million to match the DAZN offer. After the fight, Showtime lost so much money they let Fox take over the Wilder sweepstakes, and it was a smart move. Okay, and my response to that is that Showtime publicly stated that they could not match the DAZN offer. And what's his name? Deontay Wilder went on to say it's about loyalty. It's about loyalty. You know, we're loyal. Well, it ain't all about money. It ain't all about the money. It's about loyalty.
yeah.
Your king is here.
Many fools are led to their death with that. It's about loyalty when you deal with when you walk with disloyal people.
Well, who was the disloyal one? He was the one that walked away straight after. So who was the disloyal one?
That's my point. You know, it's simple math. If you say, okay, I got $100 million offer over here and I got 10 over there, but I'm going to go be loyal and take the 10, then you're a fool. No.
Well, he was no fool because he took their money, he took their 10 and walked away. The DAZN was offering 20 and he took 10. Because remember, this wasn't no pay-per-view. There wasn't no 20 million to give him. I'm not even sure there was 10 to give him. So this weren't no pay-per-view. Eric Grosser says, I think they did though. I think they did not. Where did the money come from? They didn't have the money they didn't have 20 to give him. This wasn't generating. I don't know if this just generated 10. I don't know if that generated 10. So there wasn't money there to pay. He got his 10 max and then left them. So much for loyalty. So that's probably based on one Canelo and one Joshua fight, but 2 Wilder fights. Yeah, that's Fury's numbers are based on. Well, was it based on 2 Wilder fights? No, because the first Wilder fight was beyond that range. So it couldn't have been based on 2 Wilder fights. It could have only been based on the last one. Basing it on 1 Wilder fight, one fight with Valine, 1 fight with Tom Schwartz, and 1 WWE plus his 7 million in estimated endorsements. We've done Wilder. Let's go over to Anthony Joshua. Okay. See what Joshua. Let's see how it looks for Joshua. We have a problem. Within that time period of June 2019 to June 2020, within that time period, Anthony Joshua had 2 Andy Ruiz fights. How much did he get paid for the first Ruiz fight? Well, at least 20. Well, wasn't that 30 million? Wasn't that 25 to 30 million?
Yes.
Okay. So stated first one was 25, let's say 30 million. We'll reduce that down later. Let's say 30 million for the first Ruiz fight in Madison Square Garden. Okay, let's say that. But he lost. So maybe it was just 25. Maybe it was just 25 if you lose. I don't know. Okay, so let's take the 30 down to 25. And then the second Andy Ruiz fight. We heard it reported that he was earning in the region of 60 million to 85 million. Okay, so we got 25 million, and let's take the lowest figure of 60 million. So that's 60 plus 25 equals 85. So remember, We got 60 plus 25. Well, here we have 47. So we got a shortfall of $40 million. That's the biggest shortfall that we've seen thus far. So the printed figures in comparison to what we see in front of us, that is very, very interesting indeed. Seems to me that the estimate for Anthony Joshua is on the low end, and the estimate for Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are on the high end. Wilder v. Ortiz, then Wilder v. Fury, but only Joshua Ruiz 2. No. It's got to be Joshua Ruiz 1 and 2. That took place within the June to June window, unless they're going July to July, in which case it's just Joshua versus Ruiz. Okay. So if it's just Joshua versus Ruiz 2, then boom. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If it's just Joshua versus Ruiz 2, but it's Wilder versus Ortiz, and then Wilder versus Fury, that's 2 fights. And if it's Wilder versus Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin, and then Deontay Wilder, then boom. That would make more sense. So it's 2 fights for Wilder. It's 3 fights for Fury, and 1 fight. If we go June to June, July to July, 1 fight counted for Anthony Joshua. Then maybe, even if the figures are skewed, then you can see some kind of sense in it. I put it to you, Troy Graham.
Yeah. Well, based on what they put out there, based on what you saw on paper, there's 1 fight which will be the rematch against Ruiz, right? He reportedly got 65 million, and that wipes away anything that Fury and Wilder did combined.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's 1 fight for Joshua, 2 for Wilder, and 3 for Fury. Boom, boom, boom. So that is my conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. The breakdown is, by my expert analysis, is 1 fight for Joshua, 2 fights for Wilder, and 3 fights for Fury. 1 fight for Joshua, 2 fights, 2 for Wilder, and 3 for Fury equals these figures. Boom, boom. I said it couldn't be done. I said you can't break down these figures, but we've done it. We succeeded. I believe we have cracked the code.